All right, Last2First Family CLDA. We are with another special guest, Andy Tryba with Ionic Partners, who made big moves this past year, as we covered already. CXT e-Carrier is now combined under your leadership. You just gave a great panel on the future of last mile, really giving a snippet of kind of what potentially will come 2, 3, 5, 10 years from now. As you sit in your seat now, you kind of look at this industry. We talked before in the previous podcast what excited you about it. You've been in it for about a year now. Have that excitement been reaffirmed, or any second guessing the move you made to get in?
I think, if anything, more that I've learned about this space, the more that I realize, one, it is literally critical to humanity that we get this right. Mm-hmm. But two, that there is so much innovation that is occurring out in the startup world, in the autonomous vehicle, the drone world, that is going to dramatically change the space. Yeah. I believe that the conversations that we're having today are going to be so different than the conversations 3 to 5 years from now. Mm-hmm. So how we actually embed all that technology to go make it better for not only end users and grandma getting their medicine, then also even the industry here of like these guys' businesses. Is this competitive or is it actually complementary? I don't know.
Friend or foe, right?
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. I think it's probably somewhere in the middle, and I think it's based on your perspective, but conversations like the one you just led helps people to reimagine what it can look like. I think for so long, until you can get exposed to it firsthand, like the videos you showed and seeing the robot, when the robot grabbed the pod out the cabinet and put it in, I was like, what the? That was kind of wild. That was wild. But I think all of these things are tools, and it's like any other tool that's been created in the history of mankind. But once we can figure out how to best use it and leverage it, more times than not, we'll win. And so that's what I appreciated most about your presentation, but also what you're doing from a tech standpoint in the space. What do you see as the biggest challenge, whether it's inside of your business or just kind of facing the industry and that you're working to solve?
Yeah, when I think about a lot of the couriers' challenges today, it is, just 24/7, and you know this well from your years and years, like you are just nonstop, right? You have no ability to look up and see what the future is going to look like 3 to 5 years from now. You are like, okay, great, I'm getting a phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning, I got to get up and go do something, right? So then to like really say, okay, great, what is the VC industry doing? What is the future of all of these modes going to look like? Is this something that I'm going to bet in? Like, I don't know that with a lot of the people, not only the time, but also the skill sets that are, in a lot of these courier firms, like, how do you go and supplement that and make sure that you are not left behind and you're not a legacy player? So I think that is a tremendous challenge. And we face the same thing, right? Mm-hmm. Where, you buy a company and like, you've got a roadmap, right? And you're doing your things and you're looking at things like AI and robotics and things like that, and infusing that into the everyday roadmap, is a challenge for a lot of companies. Mm-hmm. Nevertheless, companies that aren't really tech companies, having tech really come in and think about disrupting their business.
Yeah. Last question for you. You and your team have been great advocates and supporters of CLDA. We're obviously in our hometown of Austin, Texas, at the Final Mile Forum. Why support CLDA? What do you get out of this conference? Kind of what's the value and the return for you on the investment you make?
Sure. So first off, I love these guys, right? Like everyone here, they're entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs at heart. A lot of these guys started with one truck, one van, and got scrappy and built a great business. And what better way to ensure that you give back towards humanity as a whole is to ensure that you're helping out folks like that, right? Absolutely. So I love that, and the CLDA spirit of really everyone helping each other is so unique and so awesome, right? Like, look, they're competing against each other, but they're like, hey, you know what, Jason, let me give you this, or hey, you know what, let me go introduce you to this person. And it is such a unique dynamic that I'm like, man, it would be amazing if all industry organizations were like that. So we're happy to just play a little role, and if I can help out, being in connections or thinking about the technologies in the future, like I'm more than happy to do it.
Yeah, awesome. Andy Tryba, we just said it's perfect, right? This is the place to be if you're looking to see what's around the corner and meet the people that's actually solving those problems, and maybe some people that's not solving it, but they can help you and get around to that next plateau, your organization's development. So thank you for being here. I appreciate support.
Well, I appreciate everything that you're doing, man. I mean, you're doing an amazing job by connecting all the people and getting the awareness out, right? So I love what you guys are doing with this. I love all the education. I love the app. I mean, you guys are doing an amazing job. So thank you for what you do.
Thank you, Andy. Appreciate it. All right, we're out. All right, check this out. If you're in the last mile delivery industry, we have created something that's just for you. We've called it the Last to First Huddle, or the L2F Huddle. We can come into an ecosystem, a community, built for the last mile, by the last mile. Now, you'll be able to get access to educational courses, right? Playbooks, as I call them. We build playbooks teaching you everything from A to Z in the last mile industry. Everything from how to set your right driver model, to how to navigate misclassification issues, to how to find customers, how to price that work, how to operate it, all the way through to if you want to buy a company, how do you value those businesses? We also have an AI tool called Ask Miles. Miles will answer any how-to question about the industry. I've personally trained it myself. It's pretty damn good. And then also, we're about community. So you're going to access coaches, experts. We have film studies or weekly calls. You'll be able to deep dive into workshops. Look, this is the place to be if you're in the last mile industry. L2FHuddle.com. I'll see you inside. It's time to huddle up. Let's do it.